Good morning, everyone. This is Carla. I want to talk just a minute about what do you do when you wake up not feeling so well, very little motivation, very little inspiration. How do you get yourself going? First of all, I just want to say that right off the bat, when you're living through a pandemic, you may have a little less resources available to you emotionally. That is to say that when you're living in such a period of unknown, you may be starting your day with, as my mentor Molly Gordon says, 30% less emotional resources available to you. So first of all, it might be useful just to be compassionate with yourself and understanding that, you just may not have as much available to you right now, and that's just fine. You may need a little more rest, and that's just fine. But one of the things I've learned as a coach and as a therapist is that when you overanalyze what's going on for you, it can actually backfire. So it used to be that when I woke up low with little inspiration, little motivation, I would begin to analyze, well, what's wrong with you? What happened? Where's this coming from? And what I found over the years is that when I did that, I would actually end up going down that rabbit hole of stress and lack of motivation and maybe even shame. Now I understand that if I just acknowledge, hey, I'm not feeling well today, I'm not very motivated today. If I acknowledge it, if I speak it out loud, I acknowledge it, and then I just simply leave it alone and not worry about it, then I can just go sit down at my desk and work. And it may be that an hour or two or three later, I look up and I go, I'm fine, everything is fine. Or it may be that 2 or 3 hours later, I check in with myself and I'm still down and still not motivated, but I am sitting down and getting my work done. Or I've realized that I need to go take a nap or go for a walk. So what I want to say to you today is that, or offer to you today, is that if you are waking up in a low mood, it's okay. You could take it a tad less seriously, a tad less personally. You could, in a way, leave it alone. So think about it this way. You could think about it this way. If you think about your Facebook feed and you come across an article that is unpleasant, that you just don't want to go down that rabbit hole, then what you do is you scroll on past. What we know from Facebook algorithms is that if you click on that article, Facebook is going to show you more of those articles. If you leave that article alone, Facebook over time is going to show you less of those articles. Our brains tend to be the same. If we dwell on an unpleasant thought, let's say, if we dwell there, then click on it, let's say, then our brain is going to offer up more of those thoughts. If we leave it alone over time, our brain will show us less of those, if you will. It's not a perfect metaphor, but I think you get the point. So you could leave the thought of, for example, I woke up with a headache this morning, and it's like, oh my God, do I have COVID-19? Well, no, I don't believe I do. But if I go down that rabbit hole of worrying that I'm going to start taking my temperature every 5 minutes and so on, or I could just note I have a headache and sit down to my desk and start working, or go lie down and rest for a little while and see if it passes. So I hope you find this helpful today. It's a little longer than normal, but I'm sending you much love today and gentleness with yourself. Bye-bye.